Yo, right back ain't cheating. You feel what I'm talking about? Gridiron Thursday, Scully DeeTrynt, you know what I'm saying? Right back. I had to make my runs and shit, do a couple little things right quick, you feel what I'm saying? But it's great to be back. So listen, right? Before we got off the first time I was going ham on the Browns, you know what I'm saying? I ain't changing nothing. I feel the same fucking way I felt beforehand. But I
Okay.
just thought it was a little selfish because we
Mm.
probably should show a little more love to the Eagles too. You know, as I'm, but he don't got nothing but nice things to say, and people don't listen to nice things all the time. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with your team, but I think we got to spend a little more time on the Eagles a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They,
That's only. That's only. Hey, I appreciate that love, but again, is there anything you want to say about the Cleveland Browns? Hey, I had to say that because if you was listening to part one, this nigga D Trent, MF drop bombs on his Browns, man. I'm telling you, that's a real life man. Hey, that's why we call it gridiron, man. Gridiron Thursdays, we feel that shit to the heart. When your team ain't playing good, man, you wish you can go out there and tackle for them niggas. Is that deep? Is that real? It's deep. But
yeah,
is there
man. Wait, did he say? Wait, he slid that in there, bro. You want to go tackle for him, though? That he slid that in there, though. That's hilarious, bro. No, for
okay?
real, man. Like, no, I just, as far as the Browns go, man, I want to see some changes, man. I want to see Greedy Williams play free safety because we don't really got no free safety, and I need to see them more use John Johnson and Grant Delpit as the extra DBs and rotate them between that extra DB slot and strong safety. I only want to see Ward and Newsom playing guys that they check up well against and just playing in coverage. You know what I'm saying? Deion Jones is a nice addition that we got from Atlanta. I think he gonna help with the coverage because I don't think that our people can't tackle. It's just they can't focus on both. As far as our linebacking core, like if they just gonna be all out tackling, they cool. But if they gotta tackle and then mix it up with trying to cover and stop the run, like that's what I mean, not tackle, but stop the run. Like they gotta focus on stopping the run and they ain't good at that. But you get Deion Jones back there and make him mostly a coverage linebacker who helps support in the run game, then them other guys might look a little better. Jeremiah Wusu Koromoa need to be used more in the like more like a DB than an actual linebacker or lineman. And I my sentiments, man. Check out industrysports.com where I did what I feel like they should do with the defense on the 515 side. You feel what I'm saying? So, but man, Jalen balling.
Not really. Not
What you
really.
think? What you gonna say?
Not really. I mean, you know what? You ain't. I feel like you ain't seen. We ain't seen it yet. That's the scary thing. We ain't seen Jalen Ball yet. He doing it. He's learning. Every week is a learning experience. Every down, every quarter is a learning experience. I don't even think he's even touched the surface of the type of offense we can be because we still ain't getting the ball to AJ Brown. Man, he got one great game. Devonte, the last few weeks have come on. Goddard's coming on. Miles is steady. But we've yet to see that Jalen Hurt, AJ Brown connection we saw in week one where they was unguardable. I feel like they playing games. They were like, we just gonna save it. They got it in their back pocket. So I feel like this Sunday night, you're gonna see that AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts connection that's really unguardable. In the end of the day, if Jalen wanted to just force feed the ball to AJ 20 times a game, he could do it. And I think he gonna need to do it in Dallas with that defense. I think after this week, you're gonna see Jalen hit that. I think that this is a game where, and I think he knows it. This is that next level game for him, man. It's that game where you 5-0, you can go 6-0. 6-0 is big in the NFC East, especially with our schedule. If you beat the brakes off the Cowboys and show that there ain't no comparison, that goes a long way for his career, man. This is a huge game, not for the Eagles, for Jalen. Period. That's what I feel like. What you feel like, DeeTrynt?
Man, he better not let motherfucking the Cowboys do nothing, bro. They
not at home. First of all, we're at home. We're 5-0. You're playing against a backup quarterback, right? You already know they're not gonna run on us. That's not gonna happen. We're gonna throw Darius Slay on a best receiver, so he shouldn't have that much to do. This should be an easy game for the Eagles, but I want to see Jalen Hurts throw 3-4 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's the only thing we missing so far. He ain't had that big 3-4 touchdown game that you need from that quarterback to go to that level. We're gonna need that Sunday, and I think he knows that, because that's why he set it up last week and said, even though I played like shit, he said he played like shit. It's time to hit that new level now. It's time to get that Lamar Jackson level. It starts Sunday.
Man, hold on, bro. Hold on. See, man, we gotta have realistic expectations, okay? I know you ain't just say Lamar Jackson.
I'm just talking about
he ain't on that. No, we ain't talking. He not on that planet, bro.
No,
I mean, Jalen nice.
He on that.
No, he not.
Okay, he not there yet, DeeTrynt. But that's where he leading to. That's the type of.
I won't debate that.
And he got way more weapons than you throw Lamar Jackson on this Eagles team, and you tell me what happened.
And that's why he not on that planet yet.
Exactly. So he needs to take that step Sunday and play a Lamar Jackson game.
But he don't got something Lamar Jackson do got. And that's a threat with a running game. Like Lamar, even if Lamar ain't running the ball, the Ravens are still known for running the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a threat. So like the Eagles, depending on who their running back is known for running the ball, but that's not a team that's scared. Like that's notorious for scaring you with the run. You know, and when you got a mobile quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Which why when Deshaun come back, it make it us more dangerous because we got a running game you gotta watch out for. So when you got
3 running backs you gotta watch out for now. Yeah. Kareem, Nick, and Deshaun. Like I said, I just think mentally, for the and you said Miles is balling, he's playing good, but he's not that 160-yard threat like a Nick Chubb. He's definitely never been that type of threat yet. But we're gonna see, man. It's a big game. I feel like it's a big game. I think the Browns and the Eagles both know. I feel like the Browns getting off this Brown subject with 2 straight losses, and I feel like they're gonna do some drastic things on defense to really start closing out games. That's their only problem, is the closeout. They play 3 great quarters. It's the closeout that they can't close out yet. They're still learning how to close out with that defense and that team. But
this is why I got no expectations. Who we talking about next, bro?
We just gonna breeze over to Houston 13 beating the Jaguars 6. I know you was high on the Jags. What happened? DeeTrynt, we're just gonna go to a simple question. The Houston Texans are the worst team in the league. What happened to the Jags? Did they run into them Eagles and now all of a sudden, what happened? 6 points against the Texans at home?
The Texans, talent-wise, are the worst team in the league. As far as playing, though, they know who they are. They know who they are. They play hard every week. The Jaguars ain't beat them in the last 9 contests. Every team in the NFL got that team that just be whooping their ass. The Browns had the Steelers for a long time. Well, it was everybody for a long time, but they had the Steelers.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. So I don't feel no type of way about the Jags and the Texans. They playing the worst division in football. It is what it is.
It's the NFL, and exactly why we said it wasn't a firework week because you had a team like the Jags that should have handled the Texans, but they only put up 6. Moving on, I know you touched on that Bears Minnesota game. Minnesota beat the Bears 29-22. Justin Fields finally, man, he had a sick touchdown run for like 60 yards. Are the Bears going to start coming around now, or they play tonight, right? The Bears and
yeah. So on both of those notes, right? Before I say that, Calvin said Jags are playing to the level of their opponents. Just in response to him, I don't think they know what their level of excellence is yet. I said they are where the Browns were when we first got Kevin Stefanski. They still trying to figure out, what is their excellent level or what they're trying to get to or whatever the case that is. So I don't really trip on the Jags. This goes to Scully point where he say I'm giving too many people passes. It's just that, bro, I can't expect nothing from nothing. Like, you got to actually be of something of value for me to expect a certain level, of appraisal. Like, it just don't work. Like, in my opinion, like, it just don't work like that. So the Jags are all right, man. They still figure it out.
What up, Calvin? Thanks for tuning in. You're right, though. The Jags. I mean, because the Jags they're not a playoff team. They in rebuilding. Of course, when you're in a rebuilding situation, you're never gonna have that aspect to put away a team because you're not built like that. You don't have that confidence though. That whole division is gonna play to their opponents. But looking at
But yeah, I'm about to say, but to your question of Bears and Vikings, okay. First off, the Bears finally look like they found a little bit of offense.
They found something. And this is with David Montgomery out the game, which is a good thing.
So, I mean, the Vikings is who I thought they were. Like, they bet not had lost this game. But I'm gonna say this:
it was close.
That receiver was stupid. He was stupid. Yes, Justin? Bro. Dude, you shook Dansler to the ground. Once you shook him, you should have went out of bounds. You should have got the first down going out of bounds. But you was trying to do the most. But that just come from being a young team, not knowing what it takes to win in the NFL. Like, listen, y'all play Madden, bro. And anybody who play on All Madden know when you play on All Madden, you got to play real football. It ain't none of this go for it on fourth and play wild. Ain't none of these crazy. You got to play situational, circumstantial, good decision football and take your chances where you can. You can't just be playing like that. So that's a good learning lesson for that Bears team. But the Vikings bet not have lost that game.
Right. No, it was close. We're going to end the segment on that, of course, the preview for the night, the Chicago Bears and who did we say they played? Commanders. We'll end with that one going in, and we'll talk a little bit more about Justin Fields and Carson Wentz.
Man, next, like nobody in the NFC East, bro. He be clowning, bro.
What are you talking? I'm not supposed. You like anybody in the AFC North?
Man, who you were saying was next?
We got on the New England 29 zip against the Lions. I gotta eat what they say, eat crow for that one. I've been riding high on the Lions, saying that they're gonna be aggressive, they're gonna be nice, they're gonna be this, they're gonna be that. Then they get their ass beat 29 zip in New England, and now everything's back to normal again. The world.
But wait though, does not going against Bill Belichick matter? Like that don't hold no like. He been doing this shit 20 years, bro. When you go against that team, you're not going against the Patriots. Like, you're going against Bill Belichick scheming against your team.
I get that, and I give you 10, 13, maybe 7 points, but 0, blank 0?
Bruh, what is Bill Belichick's trademark?
That's phenomenal defense. But look at the offense. He put 29 points up with who the hell's their quarterback, DeeTrynt? Who was their quarterback? I don't even know who their quarterback was. Warriors out.
Billy Zappi.
Who?
Billy Zappi.
Zappy. That's that Zappy ass.
It don't matter who. Listen, I'm gonna say this again. It does not matter. It does not matter. On what planet did you thought Dan Campbell was gonna outcoach Bill Belichick? Just tell me.
Never.
All right. So we talking about Dan Campbell with a rebuilding team. It's unfortunate that they didn't put up any points, but in all fairness to them too, a lot of their stars is either injured or coming off injury as well. So you just got it's timing. You got Belichick right after you was hot and y'all people went down because you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't like y'all just went out there and shit the bed. It's Belichick, bruh. And that's it. What we gonna talk about that when we do the preview for next week. Anyway.
So now we going into your player of the week, giving a lot of props, and I gave props to Geno Smith all year. It's time to give that boy, a couple game balls because he's balling. But it came up short against the Saints, 32-39 in New Orleans. We talked about how nice Geno's playing, and he's supposed to. You got those receivers. You got DK out there. You got Tyler Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. But the Saints, the bull came out and they got Taysom. So first of all, they got Taysom Hill as the third string quarterback, listed as the number 1 tight end. So I got him on my fantasy, right? You can't even put him at quarterback because he's listed as a tight end. So now he's a tight end, right? But then now what do you have?
He a flex. You got Taysom Hill on your team. He shouldn't play nothing other than flex.
But they have him listed as a tight end. That's his.
But he could play. But you could put him at flex though.
Put him at flex. He had 3 touchdowns, 60-yard touchdown, and he threw a touchdown. I'm asking
you. You put him at flex.
I'm asking you now that Jameis went, so they put 39 on Seattle, and it looks like he's that type of player, and it's been looking like this with Taysom. You know how they've been using Taysom. He's a player that lightweight got to touch the ball half of the game. When they bring back Jameis Winston, how do you play Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill and make sure he can still do what he could do? Because he's a beast, bro.
I'm saying, you listen. What they need to do is just put Taysom Hill at fullback. To be honest. If you put him at fullback, then you could put him anywhere on the field.
Right. He's out there every game.
You know what I'm saying? You could put him, he ain't got to play every play, but if you put him at fullback, okay, I don't want him blocking. That's fine. You can still shift him out to tight end. You can still shift him out to a receiver. You could literally put him in the backfield with Kamara and just do that and not even have Jameis on the field at all. But the threat of him being on the field should help with a Kamara, with the receivers you got. That's probably what Sean Payton would have been doing. But, I mean, listen, I'm a person, when it comes to the topic of positions, I don't care what sport it is. You play a player to their strengths. And sometimes that might create a new position or a new way to utilize a position. That's the whole point of it.
And you're right, like you gotta have, like you said, you gotta be able to keep that kid on the field at all, even if it ain't in every play. Line him up. Now you got him at receiver. Now you got him at tight end. Now you got him at running back. Now you got him blocking. Now you got him at the in the wildcat. How do you guard a Taysom Hill one-on-one? You can't.
You ain't supposed to be able to. That's the point of him being on my team. Like, that's right. I don't be understanding people. Like, listen, football don't come traditional no more. No. Your job is to win the game.
So are we gonna start? Are we gonna start? Because I got him on my fantasy, and then it's been 2 weeks that he's gotten 20 and 40 points. And then it's been 3 weeks that he's gotten negative. He's got less than 5 and 3.
Are they going to put him at the flex? That's why you put him at the flex. Everything he give you, that's your flex is for. Everything they give you is extra.
Yeah, but you need that flex. You need you need a stability with Taysom. He should be at least, as like you say, he should be getting at least 10, 20 touches a game. He got in that offense with Kamara, he should be. Know what I mean? Just keeping it. Yeah. So we're gonna move into which was kind of like the upset of the week, but at the end of the day, Teddy Bridgewater, man. Speaking of fantasy, you can't keep no quarterbacks in Miami safe, bro. He got a concussion on the first play of the game after the fact of the situation with Tua. We got the Jets beating the Dolphins 40-17. DeeTrynt, I know you ain't see that coming. The Jets putting 40 up on the Dolphins, no matter who's the quarterback. Zach Wilson.
I don't think. I don't. In all fairness, in out of respect, that ain't the story of this game. To be honest, Miami is a fucked up organization, and they've been that way for how long? Your owner suspended. You just got draft picks taken. You under investigation for mispractices. Now you under investigation for more mispractices concerning health. First, it was about morality and just business and personnel conduct. Now you under for morality, bruh. Like, what other thing can they do? You all fucked up. The bigger story is how Zach Wilson came back off that injury from the preseason and dropped 40 and didn't throw a touchdown and dropped 40.
Damn, I didn't even know that he didn't throw a touchdown.
No, bruh. They was all running touchdowns. Breece Hall was really the player of the game. He had 20 touches for 197 yards.
And then Carter's the backup.
Right. But listen, though, he had 2 catches for 100 yards, 18 rushes for 97 yards, a touchdown. Michael Carter had 10 rushes for 21 yards and a touchdown. Barrios had 1 rush for a touchdown. Zach Wilson had a rush for a touchdown. Breece Hall had the most catches. Corey Davis only had 2 catches. Garrett Wilson only had 2 catches. CJ Uzoma only had 2 catches. Okay, Michael Carter only had 2 catches out the backfield, bro. He was 14 for 21 for 210 yards. He got sacked twice. They dropped 40. That's crazy. Crazy. How do you do that?
That's crazy.
So we got to talk about, can the Jets be an actual legit threat in that NFC East?
I was going to ask you
that. AFC East. I'm sorry.
What? Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Are they looking like one of the best teams in that division? Really? We're going to say that?
They are riding the momentum, in my opinion. They're playing smart football. Listen, the whole people.
What are they, 3-1? 3-2, right?
3-2.
And they got big wins. I mean, they got wins against the Browns. They got wins against the Steelers. Those are big name. You know, those are. We all know the transition the Steelers in and the Browns are in, but still, those are big name teams to beat. You know, like that ain't no fluke. You don't just come out and beat the Browns. You don't just come out and put points up on the Steelers defense, but they doing it.
So yeah,
what did Hooley say last week? He heard that Zach Wilson is better than who? Who was the quarterback? Remember he said somebody who?
Nope. Holy. What you say?
Who did you say Zach Wilson might be better than? Somebody told you Zach Wilson better than.
Was it Justin Fields?
Yeah, it was Fields. They were saying he was better than Justin Fields.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you right now. Right now, we're not talking talent. Now, obviously, he's in. I mean, what's the difference in being in Chicago and being in New York? Is Zach Wilson better than Justin Fields right now, DeeTrynt, in the NFL?
Wait, hold on. No, he's still not.
Well, we know that. We know that. But
No, but I just think it's impressive that you led your team to 40 points to put up 40 points.
on
You
the
know what I'm
Dolphins,
saying?
yeah,
Against a team in your division that's been really hot. Granted, you caught them wounded and you took advantage, but that's your job.
right.
So I can't knock them for doing their job, and I give them the praise for the way they went about doing it because they've been playing good football. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like they just coming out here putting out crazy stats. If you make a mistake, they take advantage. That's how you win games.
Fact. That's fact. Putting a spark
So,
to him. Put a spark to him. Zach Wilson out here putting a spark to him. Let's go, man. Let's go.
so
So look,
who next?
Trent, we got Tampa Bay putting up 21, beating the Falcons. The next two games, well, we'll stick with this one. Tampa Bay beating the Falcons 21-15 at home. No shocker with that one. I don't really know. I don't have anything to come out of this game. I'm trying to think if anything. I don't really remember watching this game, like really. I think Brady just did Brady. He just orchestrated, game managed the quarterback position. They probably ran the ball, and that was that. You got anything to say about Tampa
Man,
Bay 21?
Brady threw the ball 52 times in this game. He had 35 completions, 351 yards, one touchdown. Leonard Fournette had 14 rushes for 56 yards and a touchdown. But Leonard Fournette also had 10 catches for 83 yards and a touchdown.
That's big.
Mike
That's
Evans
big.
had 4 catches for 81 yards. Godwin
That's it.
had 6 receptions. Like Brady was
He was
doing
dealing.
his New England thing.
Yeah, he was dealing. You playing Atlanta. You should only need 20 points to beat Atlanta, really, at the end of the day. Especially the Tampa Bay defense. I think this game, I don't know if, like we said, they played the Chiefs the week before. We know what happened when you play the Chiefs. You scrap all that defensive game plan out the window. That shit don't work. So now that they coming in, they held Atlanta to 15. Maybe the Tampa defense is getting back on track. So we're going to keep moving DeeTrynt here at the game changer. Tennessee Titans beat your Washington Commanders 21-17. Derrick Henry, big game for him. Carson, I think he made it through the whole game. I think he played the whole game.
Man, I like how he threw in Washington Commanders. What happened? So Washington, man, they got Brian Robinson back. Did you see that intro he came out in?
That was nice.
You feel me? So he back, and maybe they might have something. Man, they need a running game. I think not being able to calm Carson Wentz decision making down with a nice steady running game diet is hurting them right now. I just think once they get that element, they'll be fine. The passing game gonna grow. You know what I'm saying? As I was saying before, uh, Rivera, Ron Rivera, he had Cam Newton. You know what I'm saying? And he know how to run with the big quarterbacks. Now he actually got some receivers that he can really depend on. You know what I mean? He just need a running game. He ain't got the same running game that he had when he was in Carolina. But hopefully Brian Robinson could be that. Gibson is a converted wide receiver, he a big dude. Kind of like you thinking kind of like how they doing with Cordell Patterson. So, and Cordell Patterson in his 30s, he been in the league for a minute. So, Washington cool. Am I shocked that they lost to the Titans? No. The Titans really starting to act like they want to play like they know how to play. Which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, or should they be scared? Like, teams like Buffalo, Tennessee, Baltimore, um, these teams are kind of like on that edge, right? Because they've been good for multiple seasons. They got core guys per se. But they ain't hit the mountaintop. You know what I mean? Like they just for some reason they just can't seem to hit the mountaintop. So it's like, what y'all gonna do? Y'all supposed to be some of the top teams right now. If we just going off track record, like y'all supposed to be out here killing it. It shouldn't just be Philly out here that's 5-0. Browns should be 5-0. There's a couple other teams that should have played to a higher standard than they've been playing. Now, you argue the Saints could be 5-0. You know what I mean? Like it's some good teams out here, man. But these Titans, Ryan Tannehill, 15 completions for 181 yards, a touchdown. Derrick Henry, 28 carries for 102 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he was toting that thing too. All right, Westbrook came in with 2 catches. They got receiver Westbrook. He came in with 2 catches, 72 yards. Robert Woods, it was a sighting. He had 4 catches. Austin Hooper had a catch. Defense, I mean, they was going against Carson and them. Like I say, Carson and them got Brian Robinson back. I hope that's going to really help them. But they defense ain't the greatest either. It's not just on Carson. That defense ain't all that. And they missing Chase Young, which is a big deal. So, as much as I'm disappointed in Washington, they still fall in the line of where I do with the Raiders and what I do with Denver, and the Browns. I don't really have no expectations for these teams. It's so many different things that they just had to go through in the offseason leading into the season. There's so many things they still trying to iron out and figure out as a franchise. If they break out and do what the Bengals did last year, that's great for either franchise. That's wonderful. But I don't expect that. Buffalo different. I expect Buffalo to get up there and do what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? I expect them to be on their A game. You know what I'm saying? Miami is a team that's been on the cusp for a minute, and they got even more pieces. So I might have a little more higher expectations for them. You know what I'm saying? The Titans. I know they've been doing some shuffling. They've been losing some pieces too. But I still got a little higher expectation for them because your division not that hard. And that ain't no disrespect to the other people in the division, but y'all the only team that's really got something on every level of the team. You know what I'm saying? My fault, y'all. There you go. Okay.
There you go. Did you see me the whole? Did you see me?
No.
He just in his zone.
You was talking?
That nigga's in the Max Kellerman zone. You didn't see me up there. You didn't see me. Who was you talking to?
Man, I was talking to the audience. I mean, who else I'm gonna talk to?
I know, but you ain't seen me, DeeTrynt. You was in a zone. You was in that look. You was in that Carson Wentz zone. I'm looking at it like, bro, is he looking at me? What's going on?
Look, you disappeared off the screen. I ain't know what was going on. I just wanted to keep it going. Hey. I was just in the middle of texting you, like, hey, like, bruh.
Where'd you go, bro?
You been gone for a minute. Like, you going on like 3 minutes now. You been gone. What's poppin'?
Hey, this IndustrySports.com is game changing, man. You just saw DeeTrynt in the locked-in ultimate zone. He was zoned. Yeah, I'm like, damn. That's all right. We back.
All right. So what's your thoughts on this Commander situation?
You don't want to know my thoughts.
Why not? You have them. You definitely have them.
How you know? I might not. I really don't. I'm gonna act like you do with the AFC North, man. Fuck the Commanders. Man, fuck the Cowboys on Sunday. Fuck the midgets. Fuck all them niggas, man. It's Philly all day, bro. I ain't got nothing to say. Let's move on, man.
Wait, so listen. Because none of the rest of this stuff is entertaining. Do you want to talk about your matchup against the Cowboys, and I'll talk about my matchup against the. And then when we do the recap, the preview, we can still go over it, but we got a few things we want to say that's probably not gonna fit on that show.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you.
Well, let's do this. Let's we can do that. Let's real quick. We'll just run through that because people want to. They might. I don't know how you missed it. It's Thursday. You don't know the score yet, but we're gonna keep you. Let's run through some scores real quick, and then we'll lead to that. 49ers beat the Carolina Panthers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. We gotta do this, DeeTrynt. This is what we do, man. We get this is our job.
Look, the 49ers showed up, and the Panthers stayed in the locker room, and their coach got fired the next day, and a defensive coordinator, and now they coached by a black man. Steve Wilkes gets another chance to run a franchise. He got a raw deal when he was in Arizona. They had him draft what's that boy named Josh Rosen, you know what I'm saying? And then brought in Cliff Kingsbury the next year, you know what I'm saying, and let them draft Kyler. So now
you know what that is? Huh? You know what that's called, right? It's called sabotaging, right? That's sabotage.
So now he gonna get to run with the cats he wanna run with. You feel me? Audition for the job. I think that was a great move. Somebody got to hold Baker accountable. I think I don't know. Is PJ Walker gonna play? Yeah, I want to see what PJ Walker gonna do though.
I already said PJ Walker is starting quarterback.
Bruh, this offense about to look different. Bruh, listen, I ain't gonna even hold you, right? It's gonna be I really think PJ Walker is a nice, developmental type quarterback, bro. I really think he could come out here and pull the Josh Dobbs of the preseason. Bro, he could run, he could pass. You can keep it simple for him. You got McCaffrey back there. You got Donta Foreman back there. You got Chuba Hubbard. Just mix it up. You got guys you can go over the top with. He can throw the long ball out the play action. You can move the pocket. You feel me? And just let your stars run the game, bro. This might be a turnaround for Carolina.
That's why we got to run through these scores because we ain't even think about that. That's a big move in the industry right now. Is letting that coach get a second chance, dropping Matt Rule who wanted to run with Baker. Now you throw P. Walker in there. Like you said, that offense is going to be dangerous. He can run, he can move, he quick with his decisions. Look for the Carolina Panthers. We're going to be looking at the Panthers when we do our pregame for the week 6 Saturday. We're going to talk more about Walker. Real quick though, Cowboys.
Hold on. Even though I know I was the one pushing. Hold on.
What?
I would not be, consistent if I didn't point out the 49ers won this game. They lightweight bullied Carolina the whole game. They did. Garoppolo had 18 completions for 253 yards. He had 8.5 yards of completion. He was only sacked twice, threw 2 touchdowns, no interception. Jeff Wilson Jr. ran 17 times for 120 and a touchdown. It was a Tevin Coleman sighting. Tevin Coleman? When did I heard about Tevin Coleman?
He still play? I didn't even know he still played.
He apparently scored a touchdown. And he scored one running and he scored one receiving.
And guess what? They doing this all without Kittle, one of the best tight ends in football.
Kittle playing?
He was playing, but look at his stats.
You say he ain't even involved like that yet.
Not even involved. They're using him as a blocker for Wilson because they want to make sure they get that running game tight. Because you got Garoppolo, you need to play action. They haven't even added Kittle to their passing game yet. This Niners team, what did I say last week when we were talking about the NFC champs and NFC championship game? The Niners they're gonna be up there. They're gonna be there. So yeah, you was talking about okay. So real quick, we'll just end with these ending on the note of the wrap up. The Cowboys beat anything you want to say about three games? Cowboys beating the Rams 22-10. The Cowboys got a great defense. We know that. Bengals 17 lost to the Ravens on the last drive of the game. Probably the best kicker in the world. Tucker kicked the ice that one. And then of course the Raiders losing to the Chiefs by 1. My horrible players of the week is that entire Raiders defense, because they just decided to give Kelsey 4 touchdowns and laugh about it. It was embarrassing if you're a Raiders fan. Anything you guys say about any of those 3 games, DeeTrynt, that stand out? The Cowboys, Rams, Bengals, Ravens, Raiders, Chiefs.
We don't give a fuck about them Cowboys.
No, we don't.
We definitely give less than a fuck about them Rams. No offense to y'all. The Rams' problem is they don't have a running game. And this is karma for switching up on Todd Gurley, in my opinion. Because he could still be a bruiser back for you right now. He may have not got top money, but y'all owed it to him.
Wait, real quick. Speaking on Todd, glad you brought that up. Speaking on Todd Gurley, is it because he can't get a team, or is he like injured, his career over because of his injuries? Is it that nobody wants him? Is he like Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown, or Gurley was one of my favorite running backs, bro? Is he?
It's Steven Jackson. It's the Steven Jackson thing. Man, listen.
Yeah, you're right.
It's the Eddie George thing. It's not that these players don't got it no more. It's just that the teams that had them overused them in a short amount of seasons. You just leaned on this guy for 400 touches for 5 seasons. That's like 2,000 touches. That's like 3,000-4,000 hits.
And the type of running back he is. And you're right, he's not a Miles Sanders. He's not a scat back. He runs through you and over you. So that's even more beat down he took.
And you're not giving them the scat back that allows the defense to take their eyes off him. That's why we like what the Browns do is so fire. What Belichick do is so fire.
Because they don't beat Chubb up. They don't get him beat the fuck up. They let Kareem Hunt come in there and ease. So after the game, nigga ain't holding his knees and his body like, oh my God, I'm gonna die out here. You know?
Why would you want to overuse Chubb before you get to the playoffs? That makes no sense. If I know you can get over 100 yards on 15 rushes, why the fuck would I be insistent on giving you over 15 rushes?
Right.
When I got somebody else behind you that I can get 15 rushes.
Right.
You feel me? And I got receivers that I can give at least 10 touches to a piece. Bro, like.
Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to ask you that because I forgot all about Gurley, man. But he's been slowly leaving the league over the last couple of years, and I wanted to know, was it injuries? Is this dude like? I know he had 2 knee surgeries, but I mean, he's still a beast. He still should be active in this league.
I feel like, bro, to your point, I just feel like when it comes to guaranteed contracts, certain positions should be guaranteed.
Oh, for sure.
This is where the conflict gonna come from. Okay, cats who don't positions that don't be getting them big bucks like that, right? They contract should be guaranteed. Okay, and I say that because the cats who gonna get the good money, they guarantees gonna be as much as these guys holds contracts. Mm-hmm. So the quarterbacks, the receivers, the cornerbacks, the linebackers, the defensive ends, these positions make more than everybody else.
Right.
So the safeties, the offensive linemen, not the tackles, because the tackles get that money.
Yeah.
Or at least the left tackle does. But
because they hit it the back's blind side, right? They saving.
You know what I'm saying? Like those specialty positions, yeah, they guaranteed contracts gonna be as much as the rest of the guys' whole contract. just the guarantee of their contract. So you
Right.
can understand in those positions where guys got to perform to get their money. But if you guarantee the contracts all the other positions because the pay scale differs, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Then it's gonna be, you feel me? So
Is Todd Gurley a Hall of Famer?
no,
Hmm.
he's not a first ballot. Maybe,
Second,
maybe
third.
maybe in like 20 years or something.
I agree with you. Maybe third, fourth ballot. I agree. He's a Hall of Famer. He's just not first ballot, right?
He,
Because you gotta
I
remember.
don't,
Don't forget about them first 5-6 years when he led the league in rushing and put up 30 touchdowns. It's 20, 25, 30 touchdowns a year. Like, you know, I don't know.
I don't know if he first ballot. Did they win? Did they go to the Super Bowl in that span?
Yeah. And they
Okay, then
lost.
he first ballot.
That's what I'm saying. He carried him to the Super Bowl twice, I think.
Even
Twice.
Jackson, the one that didn't go to a Super Bowl, right?
Right.
Okay, that's why I wanted to make sure I heard.
All right. So real quick, I gotta add before I know we gotta wrap up the show real quick. We're gonna do a nice preview on Saturday, preview the games for Sunday, big games. Real quick, before we get into the Browns, real quick, Browns and Eagles matchup coming up this week. DeeTrynt, what you feel about the Raiders, Chiefs, and the play that happened after they lost the game and the wide receiver from the Raiders pushed the hell out the cameraman. Now the cameraman went to the post. He didn't say, man, I know how it is. These athletes, they get mad. I'm in his way. I shouldn't be taking pictures of athletes pissed off coming off the field because they're humans and they got emotions too. And he went and filed a misdemeanor assault against the receiver. How you feel about cameraman being in your face after a big loss? You lose your temper, you push him. Now you got to go to court for it.
Devonte Adams stupid.
That was dumb. That was stupid. Like if you mad, you should have.
I wholeheartedly feel how he felt in that moment.
Yeah, we all did because he knew that was a big game. He knew they had him, and they were who we thought they were.
But you just gotta know better. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing long drawn out about it. I don't got nothing about that. Bro, you just got to know better. That was just a stupid mistake.
And he said it, and you're not even that type of player. We never heard him being aggressive. He's not even that type of dude. He's a smooth, laid-back dude. You just happen to have a cameraman. You needed somebody to push because you wanted for, But, yeah, moving on. DeeTrynt, game-changing. We're going to wrap this up. Industry Sports. Tell me real quick what you feel about your Browns this week, what's going to happen, what you want to happen, and then I'll lead into the Eagles.
I don't know what's going to happen. I don't got no expectations. Bill Belichick coming to town. Stefanski and that offense got a task on their hands. Between the offense and defense, the offense for the Patriots and the defense for the Browns, like, it's almost like a square off, even though it should be overmatching for the Browns. It might come down to special teams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It could be the Jacoby Myers day. He fuck around and run back a punt, run back a kickoff. I don't got no expectations, bro. I just want to see some changes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna probably have a lot more to say on the preview show, but I just want to see some changes, man. How you feel about them Eagles and Cowboys, though?
Well, like I said, we're gonna get in depth about that, but we're gonna basically show why Cooper Rush is the backup quarterback. Dak wanted to come back. I know why he wanted to come back, because he know this loss. He know that if they lose this game and we go up 2 games on them, and then we play again Christmas week, and he come out and he don't ball, it's over for the Cowboys when we drop 3 games on us. depending on whoever else they lose to. So that's why Dak want to come back. Not only is he feeling the pressure of Cooper Kupp winning, but he also know he's going to be in a hole, and it's going to be a lot of pressure on Dak come Christmas if we beat them Sunday and we're up 2 games on them, and they have to beat us. And Dak's got to perform with that offense that he didn't look good when he was there. So I feel like the Eagles, we gonna show Cooper Rush, we're gonna show the league why Cooper Rush is a backup. And we're gonna get into more Saturday, but you know we gonna win. I know you're gonna pick the game. I already know.
Yeah, I don't even fuck with them Cowboys like that. Even though they
I
got
know, I know nobody does. Nobody fucks with no cowgirls, man.
Listen. So, man, it's been a pleasure rocking with y'all, especially for those that came back for segment 2 after being here for segment 1. Gridiron Thursdays, with Scully and DeeTrynt, we recap the previous week's NFL games, and then, we come back with the records on Saturdays or Sunday mornings, depending on how that stress out, with the preview for the next week. So this was the recap of week 5. Gridiron Thursday, Scully and DeeTrynt, Industry Sports, streaming on multiple media platforms. Please check us out, subscribe, like, share, comment. You see the link up there and you want to join the conversation, please hit it. Leave your feedback. Let us know what you want to do. Scully, you got any closing words, bro?
Man, look, I'm happy to be a part of Industry Sports. Game changing. Gridiron Thursdays now turning into Saturdays. We starting to buzz out here. They need us 2 times a week now. So DeeTrynt, you already know what it is. We brothers, you know what I mean? Let's keep smashing them. And for them people out there, keep listening, keep tuning in, chime in, let us know about things we may not be talking about. And we're going to see y'all real soon, brother. Let's get it.
1.